Welcome back, everyone. This morning we're talking politics with political analyst Thom Serafin.
Good morning to you, Tom. Thanks for joining us, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Tom.
Let's talk about the Christmas Day bomber and start with that, because there is some political fallout from that as to what the U.S. government did and did not know. Now there's reports coming out. President Obama was notified days before the bombing that this could happen.
Well, they had a security briefing inside the White House, and they went through all the terrorist threat over the holidays. A lot of people were going to be traveling, and they were looking at various different airport situations. I traveled with my family. You know, I got patted down pretty well myself. So, I mean, that's kind of a natural, routine kind of thing. What happened, though, on Christmas Day in Detroit, when the plane was trying to land and this young man was trying to set off a bomb, that was the worst nightmare for the Democrats, because the Democrats have always been perceived, not necessarily in reality, but perceived as softer than Republicans when it came to national security. And that's where the issue came in. And I don't think the White House really picked up on it too quickly.
Is it enough to pat someone down? Because I can tell you before Christmas Day I flew out, went straight through. On the way back I got patted down as well. Will that be enough, though?
No, that won't be enough. You know what somebody mentioned the other day? The Israelis go after the terrorist. They don't go after the instrument or the bomb. I've been to Israel, and when they go through luggage, they check you out. They check out the passports. They really do an analysis on the individual that's traveling through their security system. And remember, with all the terrorism in the world, they've been the primary targets over the last 50 years, but yet you don't have incidents in Israel.
Well, speaking of going after the terrorists, let's talk about Yemen real quick, because now, you know, the U.S. and Britain pulling out, the U.S. embassies there, yet we're not sending more troops there, even though Al-Qaeda seems to be growing there. If we're going after the terrorists, do you think it's safe that we're not sending more troops to Yemen?
No, because the situation is more complicated than that. The president has already okayed, and before Christmas, okayed airstrikes and assistance to Yemen to going after Al-Qaeda. They've known for some time that Yemen was a problem when it came to, you know, covering for Al-Qaeda and teaching Al-Qaeda disciples to go out and do harm. So, I mean, they've been on top of this issue. The problem was they weren't able to tie A and B and C within our system. Remember what the 9/11 Commission said a long time ago. Congress was responsible for bringing all these various different agencies together and having an oversight committee. I think there's at least a half a dozen committees now that do oversight. The Congress has to get their act together in order to get national security together.
Let's talk a little bit about political fallout from all of this. In particular, the Homeland Security Chief's in the hot seat right now as a result of, you know, things that may have been missed or not been missed. How is the Obama administration deal with this right now going forward?
Well, you know, they're meeting tomorrow in the Situation Room. They're going to have a big, profound meeting. All the security experts are going to be together. The Defense Department, CIA, everybody's going to be meeting in the White House Situation Room. And they're going to look and make it appear as though everything is profound and they've got everything covered in the future. The reality is you have to take care of yourself when you're on an airplane. You have to keep your eyes open. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. The government can do just so much. If you expect the government to protect you every step of the way traveling around the world, you're
trying to use common sense in this. You got people still going to say, look, I don't care about you. The government has a responsibility here, and I want to head to roll because, you know, we were almost on the brink of a disaster here.
I'm going to say something silly. You know, this is the same government that provides the mail service. So, I mean, they're going to do the best they can, but it's such a large bureaucracy. They have to talk together. The CIA knew what was going on. They did not talk to National Security, NSA. NSA did not talk to the FBI. And now we have this young man that was on the aircraft in Detroit, and now he's being held as not a national security. He's being held as a common criminal by the U.S. Marshals in Michigan.
What do you think about lawmakers asking Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano to step down? And we're not talking just Republicans, Democrats are now asking her to step down.
Well, I think that's a mistake. You know, she was doing what the administration wanted her to do. Remember, this happened over the holidays. As soon as they understood what was going on, the second week they began to react properly. The president didn't respond properly the first couple times he spoke on this issue. She did not respond properly. Gates did not respond properly on the Sunday talk shows. It was only after they saw the outcry. And remember, everybody's traveling over the holidays. Everybody was concerned. The only people that weren't aware of it were the people inside the White House. Politically, they made a mistake. All of them together. But, you know, the Congress is to blame also on this one. And the good thing is, Al-Qaeda, we can see what kind of people they're sending over here. They're not very complex individuals. They're not very bright. They can't set off a bomb in your own underwear. I mean, what are you going to do with yourself? So, I mean, the good thing is, it probably was good for us to see what the enemy looks like The sad thing is that we weren't able, even though we knew what he looked like, we weren't able to stop him.
All right, Thom Serafin, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.